I just heard, Bryan, you just got back from a con in Dubai,
Yes.
in which they're a little more modest there, where
Very.
they made you cover up. You weren't allowed to swear. It was very conservative there, which brings me to the point, like, what's Deadpool like? Was Deadpool allowed in the conservative nation of Dubai?
Yeah, seriously, how long was the movie there? Like a minute and a half?
Yeah, seriously.
I honestly don't know. I was going to ask somebody that, but then I kind of got afraid to for some reason. But
Was
I
it the
will
armed
say,
guards?
the youngest kids that I've ever signed for, like 4, 5, 6 years old, were in Dubai. So that was the craziest thing. I mean, I don't know why that was, but yeah, it was interesting to talk about Deadpool without swearing. So they're like, what's your favorite line from the movie? And I was like, that one line where, he's old and like she is like, geez,
Yeah.
It was
Golly.
It's golly gee, you guys are bad. Like, so I remember when the movie came out, there's an outcry for like a PG-13 version, which never would have worked. But I was recently on there was an airplane version. I don't know if you guys are aware of this or if you guys have seen it, but it is a very cleaned up version.
The airplane version?
There's a they have those little screens on the airplane, and it's cleaned up so so if it's some kid is watching nearby, they don't learn anything that they're not supposed to learn a little too early.
Yeah, they also don't learn the plot of the movie.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So I thought that was crazy. Stefan, I read somewhere that you were actually a very big comic book fan.
Oh, yeah. And I'm a nerd, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
So what you're saying is that these are your people right here.
Of course,
You're among
yeah.
your people.
And thank you so much for having me here. Like, it's honored to be here. And, for me, when I got this role, it was as I got an Academy Award. Because, for me, like, being an X-Men, it's a dream come true.
Where did your fandom start? Like, how old were you? Was there a family member that influenced you?
Yeah, my grandpa, he bought me like a bunch of Marvel comics. The first comic that I was reading was a Wolverine, I think number 50, with like a specific like front page with claws like ripping through.
Yeah, the die cut cover, yes.
Yeah, so
very cool.
I got addicted momentarily.
You got a cool grandpa.
Oh yeah.
And was it actually in Serbian?
No, it was in English.
It was in English,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, he asked me which one would I like, and I said like every single one of them. So he was like, okay. I got like a bunch of Spider-Mans, Punishers. It was a Punisher War Zone.
now you got to play Colossus, who is, fastball special. You didn't get to do that, but you got
Not
to chuck
yet.
around Deadpool, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. And I'm waiting for the other X-Men to show up because there are like so many things coming our way. So it's gonna be interesting.
And I read something interesting about the casting process. It probably applies to both of you, where it was it was wrapped in secrecy,
Yeah.
where you auditioned for a role that you had no idea. You had no idea what you were auditioning for.
Yeah, essentially. A lot of movies are like that. The bigger, especially like comic book related movies are like that, just so no information spills out or whatever. But when I auditioned for a character named Kathy.
Yeah.
Kathy with a K, who was a very angsty teen and had a, just a blank face, and that's it. And it was called Wham.
Yeah. I was auditioning for a role Timur for the movie called Wham. So when I found
The
out
role of what?
Timur.
Timor.
Yeah. And Wade was George. It was really interesting, So when I found out, like that.
I'm sorry, the name of the movie you were auditioning for was Tibor?
No, Wham.
Wham!
Yeah,
Like George
it's
Michael Wham?
Yeah. And George was Wade. It was crazy.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
I love it. And yeah,
Wham.
Yeah, but Wham didn't get the exclamation point until they cast these two.
that's true.
So did they ultimately, I guess they called you and they pulled the curtain off and like, you're going to be playing Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead? And it's like Christmas.
Yeah, I think that's how it happened, yeah. I think I might have gone in for like a callback and they were like, oh, by the way, like you blow stuff up with your body and you're written to have telepathy. We don't know if we're going to keep that or not. So anyway, just so you know. All right, you ready? Sure.
So what in your personal life can you draw upon from, yeah, I blow stuff up with my body. So I'm gonna use that. No, there's nothing, right?
Well, I mean, it's a testament to great acting. You don't strike me as a angsty, any kind of angsty
I get
teenage.
that a lot. When I was a teenager, though, I was very angsty. I was super into black clothing and heavy metal music, and I skipped school all the time. Don't skip school, guys. It's not a good idea.
I know you're saying that, but skipping school and wearing black and heavy metal, like, it seems to have worked out for you, like, really well.
Well,
So,
anyway,
it's all right, but you're still a good role model. You're still a good role
Thanks.
model.
I'm trying.
And we have actual kind of a cool story. Your character and Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash has kind of a really weird and circuitous tether to each other. Your character, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, was in a song by Monster Magnet.
The band Monster Magnet.
Yeah, band Monster Magnet.
Oh, we got some fans here.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, one at least. That's good. Yeah. And the lead singer, that
Dave Windorf.
Dave Windorf. Thanks. Jeez, see, I'm sorry. I'm up here and I'm like, is there something in the air? I feel very lightheaded now. So
You're in the presence of X-Men, dude.
that's
I
what
know
it
that
is.
why you're intimidated.
I'm
It's
intimidated by the X-Men. But Dave Windorf actually comes into the stash, and when Grant Morrison named your character, he did it. Yeah, exactly, because I'm going to get tongue-tied again. He did it in homage to Dave Windorf. He's a huge fan of his. So you have a tether to the stash. So you can come in anytime and get like 3% off all your purchases.
Yes.
Can you give her 5 at least?
I'll give her 10, but Walt will drop it down to like 2, and then we'll have to meet somewhere in the middle.
I think the rule at our store is if you portray a live action comic book character, a major one at that, you should get at least 5 to 10%.
Is that really?
I can haggle it a little bit.
Yeah.
You should just get it for free. Or you could just steal stuff. I don't care.
I'm a nice guy. I'm giving you 50. Don't tell anybody.
Thank you.
And if you get caught, he's going to disavow you. So I'm going to come down in the audience and.
All right, there's a mic right here too, actually. Does anybody have a question?
to
Please
hell with
line
that
up.
microphone.
Anybody. You can ask anything. I know you're
Raise your
dying.
hands, I'll come to you.
Or, yeah, we can do it all the way in the back,
I
Mike.
see one hand.
One hand,
That's
way in the
cool.
back here. Raise your hand again.
Oh,
my
you're
friend.
making me walk.
Dude, don't walk, run. Run.
Yeah, like I do everything you tell me to do, Ming.
Yes, your question, sir, the Punisher here.
All right, stand up and be counted. What's your name?
Frank
Frank.
Kessler.
My name is actually Frank, too, so. What was your favorite part of filming?
Your favorite part of filming?
My favorite part of the entire process was filming a scene that ended up actually being cut out of the movie. But it's on the deleted scenes of the DVD, so if you have the DVD, you can check it out. But my favorite scene was the scene that was originally written in where Negasonic has a fight with Angel Dust. And they get into it. And it was I think it was really fun because it was great feeling like I could actually hurt Gina Carano. I felt super empowered, I was also really upset that it wasn't in there because it was my favorite part. It was super cool. But anyway, it's on the deleted scenes, so check it out.
Well, for me, definitely the final monologue, 4 or 5 moments. That's all it takes. With the puke in the end. But if you the favorite line in the movie for me definitely is the stupidest line ever when I said to NTW, breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
As far as the action scenes go, how much did you get to do a lot of it yourself? I know you have a dance background, right? So you were able to.
I do have a dance background. Oh my God.
I stalked you a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I got to do probably 50 or 60% of my stunts, but I also had a stunt double who was amazing. She was so talented, super great at martial arts, and so I was stoked to have her do a lot of the stunts because she looked good doing them, and I was like, dang, you're making me look good, girl.
And Stefan, you did a lot of motion capture?
No.
No, no
I
motion
mainly
capture.
did like facial expressions.
Facial expressions, okay.
Voice, and I'm hoping you're gonna see myself as Peter Rasputin in future.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but well, my stunt double was kind of a computer, so he did lots of fights for me.
Next question.
Right over here. I'm back here. Guy dressed up like somebody I don't
Oh,
recognize.
boy.
Hello, Wade.
Damn straight. Are you guys going to be in the second one? Have they called you yet about it?
I haven't received the script yet, so that's a bummer. But if I'm not in it, I'll be very upset.
Well, even
I
like
hope you
if
guys
we
are.
know, we cannot tell that. You know, there's like ancient Hollywood rule called NDA.
Thank you.
Does that answer your question? Next, anybody else? Next question. Raise your hand.
Here we go.
All the way over
Just
here.
because
right here.
she's standing right here. Hello.
Hi. I was wondering, what's your favorite fail that has ever happened on set?
Your favorite what?
Yeah.
Favorite fail.
Fail?
Oh, favorite fail. What was your favorite fail on set?
You're talking like embarrassing moments, like something that would make the
Blooper.
reel, like blooper reels?
A blooper, okay. Well, when we were filming the taxi scene, there was a man named Andre who was there for CGI purposes. He was basically the stand-in, and then they hi! And then they just put Colossus over him. So we were all just in that taxi, and it was really hot because we were actually in a studio with a bunch of lights, and it was terrible. And I guess someone passed gas. I don't know who that was not me, seriously. But nobody admitted to it, so that was awkward.
Brownie, you can say fart. It's all right.
Oh, yeah, we're not in Dubai anymore. Yeah, fart. You can say fart.
I do like how you're classing this up, though.
Little
I
pooty,
do.
little pooty.
Pootie.
I don't know any other word.
Right behind you.
Where? Oh, there you are.
Two questions. One, did either of you get to wear the costume? Taylor Swift got a chance at it.
Oh, the Deadpool costume.
Yes,
The
the
Deadpool
Deadpool
one.
costume. And two, if we just have Stefan say Wolverine one more time.
What?
Can you say Wolverine one more time?
Wolverine.
Exactly.
You don't even have to answer the first part of his question.
Did that get you excited? All right, you
Wolverine,
look a little,
Wolverine,
you look a
Yeah,
little
he's pretty
too
excited.
Who else has got a question? Raise your hands high. Right here, Mike.
Ah, there you go. Hold on, I'm going over to. Oh my God! All right, Pirate Deadpool. Holy crap! This is this is a chore to wear this costume.
Were there any pranks pulled behind the scenes?
Pranks. Pranks?
Oh, pranks! Pranks behind the scenes, folks.
I don't know. We get this question a lot, and if there were any pranks that went on, I was not a part of them, so like that's rude. But I don't think that we were really pranking, especially because people on set were a little more on the stressed side about budget cuts and making the movie legitimate, and so I think all of that kind of creative energy really went into the script and into improvisation and all of that kind of stuff, rather than like pranks, just because we literally did not have the time to waste.
Yeah.
Except for farting in cabs. That's pretty much.
That's not a prank. That's a bodily function.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you say tomato.
Right up here, Mike.
Mike.
Right up here.
Ah,
right in
here
the,
we
right in
go.
the front.
Mike.
Beautiful.
Mike.
Yeah.
You couldn't have just grabbed this one?
I could have, but
All
you
right.
didn't want us to.
No, I don't.
Hi, where are you, my lady? You seem very happy, very friendly, and very smiley. So, how did you work on your resting bitch face for?
Yeah, did you have a coach for that? Or is it,
Look in a mirror, or
You guys,
you're smiling.
like contrary to popular belief, I do have a resting bitch face. I just don't wear it when I come to these things because people think I don't like them. The first convention I was at, I'm pretty sure I wore my resting bitch face, and I got a tweet that was like, "Don't go to Brianna Hildebrand's table because she's not excited to be here." So I'm here with a smile for you guys.
So you worked on the smiling face instead.
Yes.
I have one other question. Did you enjoy working in an action movie, and what would you like to do next, like as a drama or anything other than that, or do you like kicking ass?
Yeah, I mean, I loved action. Action's really cool, especially all the stunt parts that I got to film was really fun. I'd love to be in action movies again. My heart's really in drama. I had a movie come out probably last month called First Girl I Loved, and it's released on iTunes now, so you can watch it if you want. But it's a drama. It's a love story between two girls in high school. And also, I just recently was in a movie called Tragedy Girls, which is like a horror comedy movie. That was super fun to film. There's like lots of gore. And also, I got to work with Alexandra Shipp. I don't know if you guys know who Alexandra Shipp is, but she played Storm in X-Men Apocalypse. So that was really cool to get to meet her and the cast and stuff. But yeah, I'd like to work in all genres, I think.
Did I see you had a producing credit as well?
Yes.
Is that
yes,
something you
I
would
do.
pursue? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, possibly. It all just depends on the project. I really love character work, so.
Thank you.
Ming, your stalking skills are complete.
I'm really good at Google, is what it
Holy
is.
God.
Next question.
Sir.
Who was your favorite person to work with on set, and was there anybody particularly difficult to deal with on set?
I love Gina. Like, she looks really scary, but Gina Carano is the sweetest person I've ever met in my life. Like, we were laughing at each other in between takes, fighting, because we both knew that we were just not actually angry at each other. But I also love Ryan. I mean, Ryan's great. I had a childhood crush on Ryan. His name's all over my childhood bedroom walls. And, like, I photoshopped myself into a picture with him when I was in high school. So meeting him was really, like, milestone for me. I don't know. I can't say that anyone was particularly difficult.
Yeah, everybody was really great. I mainly worked with Ryan, and as she said, he's such an amazing guy, amazing colleague, and there's no actor that can do Deadpool better than Ryan, because he is Deadpool. And he's such a great improvisator, you know, and with him and Tim, you know, everything was so smooth, and, you know, working on this kind of movie, having this kind of chance in your life is unbelievable. So nobody was difficult generally, not at all. Everybody enjoyed working in this movie.
Yeah, and I think as a fan, like, we really have to thank Ryan Reynolds for just keeping the integrity of Deadpool. I mean, we read the horror stories about the directions it could have gone in, and he really reined it back. And
Yeah, we all saw Green Lantern. I mean,
Yeah.
That's true.
hey, I'm not the first one to make fun of that movie, so I feel bad.
Mike, as a comic, did he redeem himself?
I don't think he had anything to redeem because he didn't write the script to Green Lantern, right? But
True.
he did have a hand in Deadpool, which I think shows, so that was pretty cool. Next up.
Take your pick, Mike.
There you are, because I don't have to walk very far.
What was your favorite kill in the movie?
Colossus doesn't kill.
I think she has a rebuttal.
My favorite kill was the Zamboni.
That was a good one. That was a solid kill.
Okay. You gonna put that in your playbook? Good deal.
I like the Zamboni kill.
Zamboni was that was pretty thoughtful.
Yeah, actually, I think I did laugh hardest at the Zamboni kill. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna agree with you on that.
All right, I'm going back there. Marty McFly. All right, buddy.
Hello. Obviously, Deadpool is a film that leads to a lot of improv and unplanned lines and scenes, and I was wondering, how much of the film is improv, and what was your favorite improv thing that either went in the film or didn't?
I'd say when we were filming, probably like 30% of what we did was like improvisation, mostly Ryan's improvisation. So we would take probably 5 or 6 takes of a scene, and then we would just go over it again, and he would add his own spin on it, or, you know, do whatever he was thinking about. But the scene at the mansion when Negasonic opens the door, that's probably the most improvised scene that I can remember, at least, that I was there for filming. And it was only terrible because he kept making me break character. Really bad. It was so bad. But he's hilarious. But yeah, I would say that's the most improvisation of the entire movie, I think.
Yeah, the one that I loved is the puking thing, because Tim Miller, he cannot stand somebody doing gagging or doing, you know, so he leaves the studio, and so I had like to improvise, like do millions of different versions of puke, you know. Why? You know, so.
Can you get all the way over there, Mike? Here, on your way
Pikachu, I
there.
choose you.
There's
Come on over.
Magneto.
Hey, down in front.
Hey, hold on, we got
Oh,
Pikachu
we have
coming.
Pikachu
Magneto,
first,
you're
yeah.
next.
Magneto, you're
Donald
next.
Trump? Ooh. Hi. That's Pikachu.
Yes, yeah. It's Pikachu.
It's on?
Welcome.
Okay, awesome. So hi.
Hello.
I have 2 questions for Stefan. One is, how long did it take you to master that voice? The Colossus voice? Is that your actual voice? I don't
It's kind of my, yeah, I don't know. I didn't master it. It's just
know. Well, then I'm
kind
awkward.
of, it works like this.
And are you actually...
The accent is like originally, like I'm half Russian, half Serbian, but it's Slavic, so my parents speak like this, you know, so it wasn't hard to do that.
I never knew that. That's great. As well as, are you actually like your character, like a family man in the movie?
My character? Well, you know, Colossus is one of the iconic X-Men, so he's like a specific, like Marvel's response to Superman. He's a gentle giant, normal guy, so he's an artist. Am I? Kinda.
All right, well, thank you. I'm actually hilarious to be up here because one of my friends is downstairs in Brianna's line right now. While I am here watching the...
Oh, wow.
Yeah!
He is the first person in VIP, so you will be seeing me later as well.
Awesome.
All right, thank you.
He should be up here.
You have to throw him out of your line. You have to.
This is where the
Oh,
party's
wow.
at.
That's awesome.
I know. Just say, are you the first guy in line? Get off my line.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
All right, Magneto.
I have a question for Stefan because, well, I need some advice from Colossus.
What?
I need some advice from Colossus.
Some advice.
Today I'm going to ask someone I've been talking to for a few weeks to be my girlfriend. So, Colossus, do you have any words of advice? Because, you know, you're a real nice guy and she thinks I'm a real nice guy. So, what will Colossus say to me, you know, as words of advice before I do this?
Colossus approves the future relationship or friendship, and if you have any trouble, I will protect you.
Thank you. Even Charles can't help me with this.
Is she on the other end of that? Is she on the other end of that? Oh, you're just recording it. Are you gonna? Okay. She's not. I'm assuming she's not in here. All right. Okay. All right. That's good.
That was awesome.
There's a
I
lot
wish
of
you
pressure
luck,
with
man.
that one.
I-
I was
You
wondering where
kidding?
you're going to go with that.
The master of magnetism. Of course, she's gonna say yes.
I think you have a side business
I'm
here.
sorry.
Like Colossus is dating
Colossus
you.
the love
You have a
guru.
question?
Yeah, the love
I just
guru.
stepped on your foot for nothing. All right.
Hi. So I'm going to get a little bit personal on Brianna here for a minute.
Uh-oh.
I know about a month or so back, Tumblr kind of exploded when you went back at that guy on Twitter who asked if you had a boyfriend, kind of, except, you know, she's a girl. And I wanted to know, as a queer woman, when did you make the decision to be open with it, knowing that it could possibly hurt your career as an actor?
I think when I started acting initially, I was meeting with agents, and my own self-acceptance has never really been my own issue. I've always been very open. I grew up in Texas, and I was very open in Texas at my very Republican school, and you know, and it was fine. I was always okay. But when I was looking for agents, I met with a few who mentioned to me that they wouldn't have any problems hiding my sexuality or hiding all of this kinds of stuff, which was really strange because I didn't ask them to help me hide anything. They just assumed that I would want to. So that was difficult, I think, realizing that people are going to want to keep things under wraps about you for your career. But I think that it's only really helped me so far. And
I mean, I know Tumblr definitely loves you.
Yes, I love Tumblr, so that's amazing. But also, one of the coolest parts about coming to these conventions everywhere is all of the queer people that I get to meet, all of the young kids who are super inspired by me or who are just excited to meet me because they feel like they can relate to me. That's the coolest part about coming to these. So I don't regret being open about anything.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Next question,
Young
have you
lady.
picked up your next victim? Here you go.
Since Deadpool is such a family-friendly film, how did your parents and family react to it?
Oh my God. My dad was stoked. My dad's really chill. He was like, oh my God, this is awesome. My brothers are like 30 years old now, so they were excited, except for the one that just had a kid. I don't know that he's even seen it still. But my grandmother, my grandmother went to see the movie, and she was so excited. And then the first thing she says to me when she gets out, she's like, you know, I am just so proud of you because you are the only character who did not say a bad word. And that's not true. So I was just like, thanks, Grandma.
At least she was paying attention, so that's good.
All right, it's good though. Grandmother approved. Do you feel weird when you get like the 4 and 5 and 9-year-old and 10-year-old kids coming up to meet you? It's a little.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to set
Well,
an
I
age.
just don't know what to say to them.
Right.
Not that I'm like judging them, because obviously they're kids. But, you know, it's hard to, I don't know.
Yeah,
You can judge their parents for letting them see the movie. I mean,
Well, I respect that.
I have a 10-year-old and a
You know, it's not
13-year-old,
your
and
kid.
they both saw the movie, so.
Yeah, and I
I'm
judge
Father
you
of
as
the
a
Year.
bad parent.
And well, you should.
Hi, Rihanna, big fan.
Thank you.
On Instagram, you did a lot of, you sang a couple times, you play guitar, angelic voice. Do you have any plans for your music at all?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear like the first half of your
Oh, I'm
question.
sorry. On Instagram, you sang a couple times, you play guitar, great voice, angelic almost.
Thank you.
Do you have any plans for your music as well, or are you just sticking with movies right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, recently I've been on this movie kick, but yeah, thank you.
It's working well.
I would like to eventually release an album. I've worked on an album a few years back. I had a show at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, and right when that was happening, I was cast for Deadpool. So I've just been doing this film stuff for now, but and I still enjoy film, I really do. But music's my first love, and so yeah, eventually I'd like to put an album out. Hopefully this year I'll have a lot more time to work on it, and yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Going to all these cons now, you ever thought about doing like an after show gig?
You know what's funny is that when I was in Indonesia, they were like, sing, sing. And I was like, no, guys, no. And then I came back the next day, and they had renamed my panel Sing Along with Brianna Hildebrand. I was like, all right. So my panel basically turned into a sing-along. It was kind of like a show.
Wow. No, if you want the single, you gotta pay extra for that, man. That's a ticketed event right there. Your question.
Wow.
Yes, I'm just wondering if this is purely coincidental or not, but I've noticed some of Negasonic's Teenage Warheads, like personality, seems similar to Daria Morgendorffer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that could be coincidence. It's possible that could be coincidence, yeah. A lot of Negasonic's personality, since I couldn't really draw a lot from the comics, I had to kind of cultivate myself and pull from, I don't know, my own experiences, I guess, which was probably more fun. But yeah, I definitely based her off of my angsty teenage self. But I like that parallel.
Yeah. You're standing on my neck.
Are you serenading me? Because that's so sweet.
It's part of the Daria theme song.
I'm going to take this back now.
But like he could okay.
Come on down. We've got another one. Although, in between, you could belt out a song. That'd be great.
Yeah. Your question, my friend. Your question.
Hey, are you planning to appear in a future X-Men movie?
Future X-Men movie?
I don't know. I'm not sure as of right now. Nobody's contacted me. Why, do you work for X-Men?
Are you related to Bryan Singer, maybe? No. Although in the world where everybody can play two superheroes now, Ben Affleck, Chris Evans, is there another superhero that you'd be dying to play if it wasn't for the ones that you've played already?
Well, I would like to play a villain because I'm kind of Slavic, and that's one of the characters that I really love, and it's Kraven the Hunter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
We can make that happen.
I really like Gwenpool. I think Gwenpool is really fun. But also, even though she's DC, I really like Catwoman's suit. So, maybe I'll just buy the suit for my spare time.
Work for Sean Young. I've got a very mature fan right here.
10.
10 years old. Yeah. You've seen this
No,
movie?
I
This.
didn't see the movie.
Okay, he hasn't seen the movie. Okay, good.
I have 2 questions. One, who's your favorite superhero other than the ones in the movie? And that's the only question I have.
Your favorite superhero?
Favorite superhero not in the movie?
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, The Dark Knight rules.
I like Batman too. I was super into Batman in high school when I was very angsty. Yeah, Batman rocks actually. I'm gonna agree with you on Batman.
Yeah, talk about an
Don't
angsty
tell Marvel,
hero.
please.
That wasn't us.
Ooh, all right. Hold on one second.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
You've seen the movie?
No, not yet.
No, okay. Your question.
How did you guys prepare for your roles?
How do we prepare for our roles? I did a lot of journaling. I really like to write, and usually when I work on characters, I like to write as the way I imagine them thinking, so that later I can reflect on their thoughts and kind of get into their heads in that way. I also made a playlist on Spotify for Negasonic Teenage Warhead. That was fun.
Is that playlist public?
Yeah, look it up on Spotify.
Oh man, okay.
But yeah, that's how I prepared.
And did you work in a backstory? I mean, the in the comics, not a huge backstory. I think, if I'm correct, Mike, she dies like within 5 pages or something in the, yeah.
Yeah, she's in like 2 comics and she dies. In the
Yeah, did you kind of create your own backstory?
Yeah, I kind of
add
had
on
to.
that?
Yeah. But then I talked to Tim about it, and Tim had his own ideas. Everyone really had their own ideas about what they wanted her backstory to be. But really, all of them gave her angst. So, Also, I did a lot of Muay Thai before filming. Yeah, that's it.
Well, I had like huge help from Tim, but generally, as I said, as a comic book geek nerd, what's the best thing in the world, like to prepare for the movies, to go through comic books, like reading all the X-Men comics all the time. So I enjoyed every single moment, and I was playing with that role, so it was a dream come true, as I said. Like, it was really easy to get into the thing that you live and you know about from the moment you were born, almost.
So and now that you've been to a few shows, are you like just buying everything in sight as a I mean, this is like our
all
Christmas
the money
here.
I make, I spend. Like, yeah. So it's unbelievable, when I'm finishing those things, I'm like already like seeing some stores, T-shirts, comic books. I'm collecting comic books, of course. So these things for me are like amazing.
I spend a lot of money on T-shirts. I buy a lot of T-shirts with giraffes on them. I really like giraffes. I don't know. So, yeah. I went to Jakarta with my dad recently, and he saw one of those, like we were walking around the convention, and they have those BB-8s now that you wear the watch. I think it's a watch?
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
control it with
But
like
you
the
can control
force.
it. He was so stoked. Like, I've never seen my dad so excited about something. It took me, I was so taken off guard. I was like, Dad, I got a panel to go to. He's like, all right, I just want to look at the BB-8s. Like, I just want to look at the BB-8s. It's like, okay, Dad, like, I'm going to go to the panel now, so I'll come find you later. He's like, fine, it's fine, I'll be fine. And then I come back to the green room and he's not in there. He was still looking at the BB-8s after the panel. He bought like 3 of them.
It's like, Dad, you only have 2 arms. You can only control. It's like, no, I'll put one on my foot too.
said.
Like,
Like, what are you doing? Anyway.
Hi. Hi. Brianna, I was wondering, I love like your relationship, your character's relationship with Deadpool, and I was wondering if you and Ryan Reynolds actually like had that kind of relationship with each other, like older brother, younger sister kind of relationship.
Yeah, kind of in a way. We definitely built like a more friendly bond, and I think that the relationship between Deadpool and Negasonic reminds me a lot of my relationship with my brothers who are older than me. But yeah, a lot of the time Ryan was, you know, in his little tent, like rewriting or like studying really hard. So everyone was like, "Don't get in Ryan's way, like don't get in Ryan's way." But yeah, I think that Ryan's great, and Ryan is the kind of person who can have that relationship with literally anybody he meets. So.
thank you.
Awesome. No double dipping. Come on, Deadpool.
You guys got dip back there?
Do I trust him? He says it's a good question.
Are you
Brianna, I'm throwing this to you. Do I trust him that he's got a good question?
I trust him.
All right, stand up.
All right, we trust
Brianna.
him.
Hold on.
We're so sick of you.
So, first one. What in the hell were you texting or tweeting before kicking Angel Dust's ass?
People always ask me this question, and I have terrible responses to them because I have no idea.
Was it just
what
gibberish?
she was texting, or I imagined her just like tweeting something like about, you know, something about her clothes or just something completely irrelevant to what's happening, actually.
How about Snapchatting an angsty poem?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And can I get 2 crisp high fives from you guys?
I couldn't hear that one. It's a little muffled.
2 crisp high fives?
2 high
From you
fives?
guys?
2 high fives? Oh, air high fives.
No, you can sit down, though. Thank you. Don't touch the talent.
Yeah, no touching. Next question.
Hi. I didn't.
Snatch that right from you, dude.
I thought you were
That was
giving
quick.
Your question, sir.
Right. The suits, I know you can't speak for the whole cast, but like, were the suits comfortable? They didn't really look all that fitting in the movie.
No.
No, you're CGI, so it doesn't really matter. But.
Oh my God, no. My
It
suit,
all matters.
my suit was made of latex and leather, and I had probably 3 different ones, and I ripped a hole in my bum like literally every day because it was real leather, and there was a seam up. It was terrible. But also that scene on the highway when Negasonic's sitting on the car, it was like hailing that day, I'm pretty sure, or sleeting, and we had this giant tarp over us, you know, to obviously keep us from being whacked in the head. And I was dying, like in a leather suit on a metal car while it was sleeting, and I just was, you know, shaking like that. They were like, you don't look comfortable, like, I think she's cold. I was like, no, guys, like, I'm so good. And then, like, a couple takes in, they were like, no, seriously, we need you to go warm up because you're shaking in the film. So, yeah, it was not comfortable. But they look good.
You?
Your questions. Oh, your question, sir.
Are we going to have a fight here? No fighting. All right, cool.
4 or 5 questions in one's life. 4 or 5 questions.
4 or 5 questions.
I'm joking. I know you guys never worked on the film together. Brianna, you were in, I think it was Toronto on the shooting. Was it Toronto? Somewhere in Canada?
Vancouver.
Vancouver, yeah. And Stefan, you only came in during post-production.
Yeah.
So when you guys first met on doing, I'm gonna guess, the press tours, the press junkets, obviously you had never met before. You had never really worked together. What was it like? Not too awkward, I hope.
Well, I kind of worked with Brianna because I was watching her scenes and everything, because I had like to do all the facial expressions, the voice and everything else. So not directly, but I did. And we met at the premiere in New York that's the first time we met, saw each other.
Yeah, it was super exciting for me. I spent like a couple months just acting across some guy in a really weird gray suit with a stupid hat with a ball on top of it. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's you.
Thank you.
Awesome. I don't know. Great Deadpool had his hand up first.
Oh.
Come. Oh, here we go. I'm going to slide over.
All right, so if you guys woke up tomorrow morning with the powers of your superheroes, would you be a hero or a villain?
Can I take something in between?
Everyone's.
Yeah.
Why not? Helping people for a profit?
Yeah.
Work for Luke Cage, right?
I'd probably be a villain. Honestly, I'm just being real. I've got some rage pent up.
Me too. Yeah. I feel you. Come on up here, Daredevil.
Your question, my friend.
Hi. My question was, going to all these cons and stuff, is there anybody you guys have like completely geeked out over meeting or like even specifically asked to like be introduced to?
I'm super stoked that Millie Bobby Brown is here. Like so excited that she's here. She's adorable. So I'm excited to meet her. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've met anyone else.
Yeah, well, Mark Hamill, like Luke Skywalker. Come on, you know, for me, like I was. Sorry. Of course.
And the Joker.
Yeah, but I'm like a huge Star Wars fan, so for me, like meeting him or William Shatner, you know, those are like the guys I was like. Those guys are legends.
I'm actually going to answer this question. They're sitting right up
Stan
there.
Lee, of course. Yeah, come on, yeah. Stan Lee is a god. So.
What got you guys into acting? What made you want to be actors?
I actually never had any interest in acting. I entered this competition for my singing and music because I'm a singer-songwriter and I play the guitar. And there just so happened to be like a modeling and acting portion that I was like, I might as well do the whole competition if I'm going to do it because I'm paying to do it anyway. So I did the competition and I ended up doing really well in the acting in particular. So at that competition, I met my manager, and my manager was like, hey, you should move to LA. And I was like, no. And then 2 weeks later, I was in LA. So, yeah.
Well, I have like this acting virus in my family because my mom was a famous theater actress in Eastern Europe. So I went to the Academy of Dramatic Arts in Belgrade, and I finished that academy. So from that moment, I started like working in theater, and I love my job. I love the way you can like transform yourself to have this kind of escapism, you know, to get into some other worlds, to become somebody else. So it's like it's really hard job, you know, but on the other side, it's the most beautiful job in the world.
Your question, sir.
Hey guys, great to meet you. I was curious, like being a CGI character, like she was saying, when you do fight scenes, are you bouncing around the sound stage? Like going,
Yeah, you have to do that. I had like lots of help with Ryan Reynolds, who was pushing me, like, you know, do this effort. So he's like, you know, so I had like to do all those efforts and everything else. But you know, this is like a superpower. So I don't think that, you know, we had like a bad thing with the Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I don't like the way they did, you know, his looks. So can you imagine like me being like a silver guy walking around? So I did all these things in the studio.
I have a question for Colossus. So what is it about Kraven the Hunter that appeals to you so much? Why do you want to play him?
What do you love about Kraven the Hunter so much?
Oh, well, the way he handles Spider-Man, the way he looks, you know, I think he's one of the greatest villains in Spider-Man's world generally. So, and kind of, I think I resemble, like we look kind of similar,
You're
you
big
know,
like
so. And I would like to, you know, have like those tigers and lions and, you know, those are like crazy powers.
Thanks, man.
We're going to start the campaign now. You know,
Yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming come
That would
out,
be
and,
awesome.
and Michael Keaton's going to be the Vulture. The next one, Kraven. We're going to start the campaign right now.
I'm telling you, I think you could rock that lion vest. All right. One and then you. And I think these might be the last two.
To Brianna, you had mentioned that you had done singing in the past. If it was brought up in the second movie, if you were there, would you be open to do like a really dark, emo, brooding, like all by yourself?
Like Deadpool the musical?
Deadpool 2 the musical.
I would also be open to that, yes. You could do like the entire movie in musical, or maybe a portion, small, whatever you're open to.
I mean, I'm not producing it. I'm not writing it. So if they ask me to do some singing or they make it a musical, I'm doing it. As long as I get paid.
I love this idea. A musical.
Stefan, how about you? You up for a musical?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Beautiful
Very
voice.
interesting.
I heard it this morning.
Stand and be counted.
Now that Tim Miller has left the project for Deadpool 2, are there any directors you'd like to see kind of take over in his place?
I love Tim.
Yeah.
I'm really sad about Tim not being. Tim is one of the best directors I've ever worked with. He's just completely direct, super straightforward. Like he doesn't play. He's not like, oh, that was great, but I needed a little softer. He's like, that wasn't what I asked you for. Be softer, you know. And I appreciate that in a director. Just the he's very specific, you know, and it helps me a lot. But also, he's just a great guy, and he's fucking hilarious. Like he is so funny. So I'm really sad that he's not going to be there anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, that's really bad. But on the other side, if you ask me what I would love to see, well, Robert Rodriguez or Quentin Tarantino. Why not?
Can you imagine that QT Quentin
That would be
Tarantino's
interesting to see.
Deadpool?
Yeah, I was going to say,
That would be
Deadpool
Quentin
itself wasn't
Tarantino.
violent
I'm in
enough
now.
for you?
Deadpool 2 the musical.
Yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
musical.
Now that I could get behind.
I'm in. Take my money now. Quentin Tarantino's Deadpool, the musical. I'm in. Anybody else?
One more. We have time for one more really good question. Oh, two more really good questions. All right.
Since you brought that up, I'm curious, is there any directors that you'd like to work with?
Many, many, many. But like as I said, these two, I love their work. But lots of ones that I really respect are unfortunately dead. But maybe Woody Allen, for example, I'd like to work with him. I'm a big fan of his movies. Who else? Well, Christopher Nolan. I love his work. So, yeah. What about you?
I would love to work with Tim Burton.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome.
If you met your the characters that you play in real life, would you become their friends?
For sure. Dude, if I need some
Definitely.
help along the way, yeah.
Come on, to hang out with Colossus, going out, bar. He's not drinking, he's driving, and he's strong.
Yeah, you never have to worry about getting into fights.
Yeah.
It's
You need Colossus to be your wingman, man.
It sounded like you had that really prepared.
yeah. You want to grab one more? We got time for one more, Mike.
One more.
Right
I
up
lied.
here.
All right,
That's
young lady,
X,
because
X-Men.
you
Yeah,
caught
right
my
here.
eye.
All right, so Deadpool was originally supposed to be a parody of Deathstroke the Terminator. If you had to fight one of them, which one would it be?
What, Deadpool or Deathstroke? Wade Wilson or Slade Wilson? So wow, that's deep, man.
Well, Deathstroke.
I don't know, Deadpool.
Yeah.
We could call each other names while we were fighting, so.
Do they have their powers? Do Brianna and Stefan
You should
have powers?
always beat the
Okay.
DC character.
Yes, always be DC. You guys are answering too quickly. Now I got to find one more question.
Yeah.
One more question.
Right here, Mike.
Oh, double dipping again. All right. Oh, okay.
This one's awful, but Brianna, can you say parallel again? I just love the way you said
Parallel?
that.
Parallel?
You said it parallel.
Oh, parallel.
Like you put the emphasis on lel, and it just
There's
sounded
two
really
L's
cool.
right there, dude. Parallel. What do you mean? This guy.
It was just
And
really
I'll
cool
say
to
it.
listen to. Thank you.
Can I say Wolverine?
You didn't even drag that one out, did you? Oh my God. All right. Why don't we? We were supposed to have another person.
Oh
come
yeah,
to the
he's
panel.
not going to make it. I got a message.
Who's not going to? Oh, you got a message. I didn't get a message.
Yeah, well,
I'm coming
they
up.
talked
here.
to the
Thank you,
agent.
folks. Your questions were great.
Yeah, but more importantly, thank you too. You guys are amazing.
Yes, you guys are
great.
fantastic. I am
Thank you,
geeking
guys.
out right now. Just my speech suffers, not being able to walk or anything, except for that gentleman who I stepped on his foot.
Yeah, we really want to thank you guys. Please visit them at their tables. They're all the way in the back in the celebrity area. Just flood their table. Yeah. I'll be in line.
Please kick that VIP guy out who just skipped your panel.
Yeah,
Just to
seriously.
meet. He skipped your panel to meet you. What kind of logic is that? Exactly. So give it up.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Zapcic. Thank you guys very much. You guys are amazing. Thank you.